Joy.com.
God has put dreams and promises in your spirit that may seem too big, impossible. You don't have the resources, the experience, the connections. Don't do like Zechariah and talk yourself out of the miracle. Get in agreement with God. Dare to declare what He says about you. God bless you. The joy to come into your homes. And if you're ever in our area, please stop by and be a part of one of our services. I promise you, we will make you feel right at home. I like to start with something funny. And I heard about this lady. She surprised a burglar in her kitchen late one night. She was home alone, didn't have a weapon. She didn't know what she was going to do. She finally thought, I'll quote a scripture verse. She shouted out Acts 2:38. The burglar suddenly froze in his tracks and wouldn't move. Soon the police arrived. They were amazed that a woman with no weapon could do this. They asked the burglar, what was it about that scripture that had such an effect on you? He said, Scripture? What scripture? I thought she said she had an axe and 238s. Say it like you mean it. This is my Bible. I am what it says I am. I have what it says I have. I can do what it says I can do. Today I will be taught the Word of God. I boldly confess. My mind is alert. My heart is receptive. I will never be the same. In Jesus' name. God bless you. I want to talk to you today about miracles in your mouth. Our words have created power. When we speak something out, we're giving it the right to come to pass. It's one thing to believe that you're healed, but when you say, I am healed, that's what releases the healing. And it's not enough to just believe you're blessed, believe you have favor. The scripture says the spirit of faith is in our words. When you say, I am blessed, I have favor, I'm coming out of debt, angels go to work. Good breaks will find you. The right people will track you down. And you can think positive. You can believe for favor. That's good. But nothing happens till you speak. The miracle is in your mouth. There is healing in your mouth. There is freedom in your mouth. There are new levels in your mouth. If you're fighting an illness, it's easy to talk about the medical report, how bad it looks. I don't think I'll ever get well. When you speak that, you're calling in more sickness, more defeat. You need to change what you're saying. The scripture says, let the weak say, I am strong. It doesn't say, let the weak talk about the weakness. Let the weak call 5 friends and discuss the problem. That's giving life to the negative. Now, I'm not asking you to deny the facts. Just say what God says about you. Your report should be, God is restoring health back into me. The number of my days He will fulfill. My mother wouldn't be here today after being diagnosed with terminal cancer in 1981 if she had not done this. It's not enough to just not say anything negative. You have to be on the offensive. All through the day, I would hear her quoting scriptures. When somebody asked how she was doing, it was never a sad song. It's hard. I don't understand it. I'm tired. Her report was, I am healed. With long life, God will satisfy me. What He started in my life, He's going to finish. She didn't feel healed. She felt weak, but she said, I am strong. The medical report said she was done, but she said, I will live and not die. She got in agreement with God and released the miracle in her mouth. 38 years later, she's still alive and healthy. Are there miracles in your mouth waiting to be released? Joel, when I break this addiction, then I'll tell people I'm free. You have to tell them first. Every day you need to declare, I am free, I am clean. This addiction does not control me. Every time you say, I am free, In the unseen realm, chains are broken. Strongholds are loosed. Freedom starts heading your way. You keep speaking it, and you will become what you're saying. You are prophesying your future. When David faced Goliath, a giant twice his size, it wasn't a coincidence that he looked at him and said, "This day I will defeat you and feed your head to the birds of the air." He wasn't just being positive. He wasn't just talking smack. He understood this principle. The miracle was in his mouth. He had to release the victory. What if he would have said, "Wow, I thought I wanted to face Goliath, but look how big he is. I don't have any armor. I don't feel qualified. I don't think I have a chance." If he would have talked defeat, we wouldn't know who David was. If he would have just thought positive, "I believe I can do it. I believe I've got what it takes," he wouldn't have defeated Goliath. He knew he had to speak it. "I will defeat you." You may have a giant in your path. A giant of death, a giant of depression, a giant of sickness. Like David, you need to announce to that giant, "I will defeat you. You will not keep me from my destiny. The forces that are for me are greater than the forces that are trying to stop me." The scripture says, if any two of you agree, anything you ask according to God's will, it will be done. There's power in agreement. What's interesting is David didn't have anyone to agree with him. His brothers looked down on him, thought he was too small. His father saw him as less than, like he'd never amount to much. King Saul didn't think he had a chance. He even tried to give David his armor, so at least it wouldn't be so painful. Nobody was there to encourage David, to say, "Hey, David, you can do this. We believe in you. You've got what it takes." There are times, like with David, you can't find anyone to agree with you. But I've learned if you'll come into agreement with yourself, if you'll get your heart and mouth in agreement and start speaking victory, declaring that you are well able, that you are blessed, that you will defeat the addiction, then even though others don't agree, because you're in agreement with yourself, you will see giants defeated. You will accomplish dreams that others thought were impossible. And don't be discouraged because nobody is cheering you on and nobody sees what you see. Sometimes God puts things in your heart that other people don't understand. Seems too big, too impossible. Instead of encouraging you, they'll do just the opposite. "You think you can beat that sickness? I don't know. My grandmother died of the same thing. You still think you're going to have a baby? After all these years, you're kind of getting up there. You really believe you can build that orphanage, write that book, lead your company in sales, move into that nice neighborhood? I just don't see it." The good news is they don't have to see it. You don't need them to agree with you. Come into agreement with yourself. Get your heart and words going in the right direction. Start talking like it's going to happen. You have to say it before you'll see it. When David went out to face Goliath, all the Israeli army and all the Philistine army were watching. Here was this teenager with no military training, no experience, young, small, looked like a boy. In front of all of them, he had the audacity to say with confidence, "Goliath, I will defeat you." Some of them made fun, ridiculed. Even Goliath laughed and said, "Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick? Sending this little boy? Is that all you got?" The people around you may not see the greatness in you. They'll judge you by the outside, by your size, your experience, your background, your nationality. Don't let them talk you out of what God put in your heart. Do like David, keep speaking the victory in spite of what the naysayers think. Keep declaring your vision in spite of what experts are telling you. They don't know what God put in you. Don't let their negative words keep you from speaking positive, faith-filled words. When we were trying to acquire this place, the former Compaq Center, it was like David versus Goliath. The company we were up against was the largest taxpayer in Texas, a huge real estate company. There were plenty of people that didn't think we had a chance. Not just our critics, but even some of the experts. Deep down, I knew God put this in my heart. So I announced to the congregation that we were going to purchase the Compaq Center. Over the next 3 years, we had all kinds of opposition. Plenty of times where it didn't look like it would ever work out. I was tempted to talk about what I saw. Our opponents are so strong. They have more funds. I don't see how this can happen. But I understood this principle. We give life to what we speak. If you start speaking the negative, agreeing with the doubt, talking about how big the problem is, you are giving life to the wrong things. Your words can keep you from your destiny. In the scripture, an angel told a man named Zechariah that his wife was going to have a baby. He was surprised because they were too old to have children. Zechariah said to the angel, "Are you sure? Look how old we are." The angel said, "Yes, Zechariah, it will happen. But because you doubted, you will remain silent and not be able to speak until the child is born." That's how powerful words are. God knew if Zechariah went around talking defeat, I don't see how, we're too old, it would have kept the baby from being born. And God has put dreams and promises in your spirit that may seem too big, impossible. You don't have the resources, the experience, the connections. Don't do like Zechariah and talk yourself out of the miracle. Get in agreement with God. Dare to declare what He says about you. Maybe you're facing an illness. There's no sign of it getting better. You're right where Zechariah was. How can this happen? The medical report says no way. God has done His part. Now it's up to you. Father, thank you that you're my healer. Thank you that you can do what medicine cannot do. Perhaps your dream seems impossible. The odds are against you. It's easy to get negative, dismissive. Don't turn it around. Father, thank you that you're opening doors no man can shut. Thank you that you're putting me at the right place. Thank you that what you promised is on the way. Sometimes you're saying the right words, you're speaking faith, but nothing's improving. There's no sign of it getting better. The scripture says, hold fast the profession of your faith. It implies something's going to try to take it away. It's like a tug of war. The enemy's on the other end trying to pull away what God put in your heart. You may have had that sickness a long time. Hold fast your profession. Don't get talked out of it. Keep speaking victory. I am healed. I am whole. You may be in debt. You keep speaking abundance. In trouble, keep speaking favor. In addiction, keep speaking freedom. Every time you declare the victory, you're getting closer to the miracle. Every time you say, I am healed, you're moving toward healing. Every time you say, I am blessed, you're moving toward increase, promotion. Every time you say, I am free, I will not be controlled by this addiction, by this anger, by this alcohol, you are moving toward freedom, breakthroughs, wholeness. It may not have happened yet. Keep releasing the miracle. Hold fast your profession. See, words are like seeds. When we speak something out, they take root. They begin to grow. The scripture says, you will eat the fruit of your words. Fruit is not fully developed overnight, but eventually you're going to become what you're saying. Are you planting good seeds? Are you speaking faith-filled words over yourself, over your dreams, your children, your health, your finances? The odds were against us, but I kept declaring the Compaq Center is ours. I would tell the congregation, it won't be long till we're down there at our new facility. A man came up after service. He said, Joel, I've been out of town. Congratulations. I didn't know the deal with the Compaq Center went through. I said, well, officially, it hasn't gone through yet, but I know it's just a matter of time. What am I saying? You have to talk like it's going to happen. Not, I'm going to be healed one day. Lord, thank you that I am healed. Well, Joel, this sounds good, but I'm struggling. I can't seem to get ahead. The problem is you're planting the wrong seeds. The fruit of those words is lack, not enough, mediocrity. Why don't you start declaring, I am surrounded by God's favor? Goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life. Promotion is looking for me. Good breaks are tracking me down. I'm excited about my future. You do that, get ready for doors to open that you couldn't open. Get ready for compact sinners to come across your path. Get ready for God to show out in your life. David said in Psalm 35, let them continually say, let the Lord be magnified, who takes pleasure in prospering his children. They were supposed to. Okay, today is November the 20th, 2024, and I am making this video about my account. Let me see. About my phone, about my Uber Eats account, and about Cash App. And so I'm probably going to go all over the place with this because Uber Eats is all over the place. So let me first start by saying one second. Okay, so basically this is where I'm going this morning. I just got up about 10 o'clock, and of course I am writing, and I get up almost every day with some type of dilemma or some type of issue that I need to resolve. It kind of keeps you on the hamster wheel. And so basically this morning, I don't have to do it, but I want to make enough notation about it, so I do it. So, hold on one second. All right, so let me start from here. So I don't really order from Uber Eats like that anymore because my food is always poisoned. Um, so I ordered last night, and I went in there to see if there was a cancellation fee. And once I saw that it was, I clicked cancel. And because someone else is operating my screen, they click cancel the order. I click don't cancel, like you get out of the screen. They canceled the order. So that charged me
$12.84. At this time of the transaction, I had I had $250 in the Cash App account that comes from the fake alimony that is staged from Ketchup. So I'm going to get my math notebook and write this out. So there was $250 in the account from Ketchup. And I think it was some odd cents. So let's say I could go back and actually check that because I know what I had when I did my Uber ride. But let's just say $250 was in the account, and I think 67 cents. And I think they're so slow that they actually still left the 67 cents in there. No, it says 25.07 now. So they took off 60 cents for something. So it was $250.67 in the Cash App account when I made the transaction. So once I made the transaction, the first transaction I made a complaint about. So I'm going back through Cash App as I'm doing this. So the first transaction that I made was to Domino's. And I recorded the screen ordering, and I don't ever tip them because number one, they're law enforcement, and number two, I'm not going to tip you to poison my food. So I don't ever tip on Uber Eats. So and it's like tipping myself because they're working in different names to set me up. So why am I tipping basically myself when they just gonna filter the money back around to me through this alimony anyway? So all of these different accounts are working to make up $250 a week, and then they get to keep whatever is over that, and then they just send $250 a week to whatever Cash App account is connected to me on that day. So because it always changes to different names. So I'll order the 250. I order from the account first, and the first order should have been $22.81. Now, if you go look on Uber Eats, if you pull it up for a regular person, I'm not regular, so the law looks for any way to charge me extra for anything. They just tap on whatever fees they want because they use these fees to take out and put to the side so that they could balance all of these different accounts that they have associated with me. So I may be spending $22, but the person that's next door using the duplicate account may be spending $32. So they're going to charge me an extra 10 to cover the 32. So this way, when they settle both accounts at night in the back office of these banks, then the money is settled and both accounts match. So what they do is they work through your totals. So on this transaction, my first total I go in here. Now I'm looking, it says that Domino's is only charging $1.49 in a delivery fee. Okay. And then it says save with Uber One. So let's go into Uber One. And let's see, it says, this is what Uber One says, and this is how you can see how I'm railroaded. It says 0 delivery fee. So you don't pay any delivery fees when you do Uber Eats. It says you get 6% back on rides. You have thousands of options. You can cancel your membership at any time. You get member-only promos and special items. And it says that it says 0 delivery fee on eligible orders, up to 10% off on eligible orders, 6% back on rides, taxes and fees as applicable, as applicable do not apply towards order minimums on Uber cashback benefits. Okay, so basically, Uber One is saying that once you sign up with this, minimum order must be $15 to receive zero delivery fee from participating restaurants and at least $35 from participating grocery stores. Okay, so it should have been I joined Uber One because I get this promo that popped up, and I knew the promo popped up only because the account and the information has changed. So whenever you create a new account anywhere under any platform, it's going to give you a new promo. So this popped up and says, try Uber One for free. You can save $2.90 on this order, no delivery fee. So this is what it says. Let me see if I can get it to show really good. All right, so right there. Okay, so it says try Uber One for free. So it's saying that it's not going to charge me. I had actually another screenshot in here. I think they erased it. Hold on, let me see. Because they erased my photos in a minute. And because I remember I took two. One that said, one that said, because this one just says, let me see. This one just says try, but I actually took another one that it said free for 90 days or free for what is it? See, that's right here, and now it's not in here. And so and they swapped that too. Okay, but either way, this is even better because the screenshot that I posted to Facebook that had it in it don't have the picture in here anymore. That's weird. But it show you that what I just said is true because it's not here. I'm looking for it. Okay. So this is what I want you to see. So this is saying try Uber One. So it looks very similar to what I just had on the screen. It might be. Actually, is that the same one? Because it's two photos. I'm going to just show the one that I actually posted. Because the one that I'm actually looking for, I don't see it. So I posted this one right here that says join and one says join and save, and then one says the actual. See, if I put it too far over in the light, it won't show. So I put two pictures on Facebook. One says save 55% on Uber One and join, and then one says try it for 3 months for free. And as soon as I clicked it, it charged. Now, I noticed that what they did was put the other card at the bottom of that, and I paid with Cash App in 5336. So I know for a fact that if I only have one card and they have 10 in progress, then all 10 are linked to this one card. So I don't have to ever wonder which card are they using because I only have one. So if I only have one Money Network card, the reason it's called a network is because a prepaid company may have 12 companies under one umbrella. Like Walmart may be Walmart Money Network. It may be GoBank. It may be NetSpend. It may be NetSpend Vanilla or whatever. See, when I was working at Popeyes, all I had to do was observe what I saw. Whatever you see is what they're doing. Now, granted, they make you see things so that you could build it, and if you build it, they'll do it. But at the same time, if you don't build it, they're still going to do it. So it's kind of like a catch-22. If I don't say anything and let it slide, then they're going to score, and you didn't say anything. If I say something and catch it, they're still going to score and do it, but at least they're going to work around it and try to change it. But if I don't say anything and I just let it slide, they're going to just really make way with that. So long story short, back to this. I know that Cash App account is all things connected to every criminal enterprise in the entire world. I know that. That is the only reason they let me have it. It's the only reason that it's the reason they connected me to it was because it's all things virtual. And so agents don't need a agents don't need a a person, so to speak, because this is virtual and it's online. So anything that is virtual and online, this is where your swaps come into play and how good we can make it, making you be us. And this is the purpose of people living around you. This is the purpose of the incoming text. This is the purpose of why you get the phone calls. This is the purpose of the whole operation. It's to satisfy that part of the equation. So if we were doing math and says x plus y equal mb or yb equal mx, whatever it is, we have to solve for x. So solve for x is solving for her picture and her presence in every scenario. And once we do that, then it's just a matter of time and a matter of poisons before we can make her look crazy, to make it look like what we're actually doing is not actually happening. She's recalling events from what she's already done in her past. This is what their whole bottom line punch table setup looks like. So going back to the initial beginning with Cash App, I know when I woke up from my nap about 10 o'clock at night, I woke up and I got my phone. It was all black. I know that automatically means they have changed it. So at first I was saying, well, when I go out, it's all black too. So maybe they change it when I go out. No, they're changing it when they're using it, when it's something else. When the IMEI number is on a different device and that number is in use. Whenever these incoming texts come in, because everybody in the world that calls me is affiliated, is in the operation. In California, they told me they had took out every other agency, Georgia Department of Revenue, state, IRS. They had put them out, and it was nothing but FBI. That's it. So that they knew what abuse I was going through. So they said they had took out everybody else. I was all FBI. So now when I look at this and say, if that's the truth, then if they're all one entity that's over me now, which would be right by jurisdiction, then I know that when this device is took over, it's took over by them. So it's took over, and I go change my my screen back to light. Now, when I change that back to light, I'm not changing them. All I'm doing is just making the appearance of my screen what I wanted. So I knew then it's took over. So I get the phone, I'm holding it, and I go to order. Going to Uber Eats. I have my recorder on. I'm going into Uber Eats, and I'm going to order me something to eat. I know 9 times out of 10 it's going to be poison, but I'm just going to pray over it. They poison everything anyway, even when I go to sleep. So just pray over it and Gotta eat. So at first I said, well, I'll just wait till in the morning. But they got that man already saying he don't have an appetite and don't eat that much because he has surgery. So I said, get you something to eat, child, and stop worrying about these people. So I ordered me something to eat. I'll order me something to eat. Now, this is where Uber Eats come in, and you can see how I'm railroaded. Uber Eats says there are no fees when you order as an Uber One customer. You're saving on fees. That's the whole purpose of their membership, right? Right. So I go in here, I go to Domino's. I'm doing it again, exactly what I did last night to show you how they railroaded me and then to use the screenshots from what I got. So I go in there. Number one, it pulls me from 6445 Highway 85. Now, I thought for sure there was a closer Domino's, but either way, we're not going to worry about that right now. It's pulling me from the Domino's towards Upper Riverdale Road. Now, why is that? They got scouts down there, more than one, living in places that are set up to be me. So who's ever working or on duty that night or on duty at that time is going to pull closer to them, or the agent will decide where he's going to pull the Domino's order from. So they pull the order from 6445 Highway 85. Now, they pulled it there too because they are already set up to work there. So when this unfolds, the first logical question anybody with integrity is going to ask is, why is an undercover agent set up at Domino's? They have ruined themselves right there. They're set up there because they are working there as me under GPS hospitality and staging the income as a delivery driver. So when the delivery driver comes out, this is a swap. Everything is a swap. The phone number that I call to Domino's is a swap. The delivery driver that texts me when I come in, that's a swap. So the whole thing is a swap. So still going into the order, then they says free with $9 purchase. They have a $9 minimum order. So I order the wings and they say you get a free pizza. So I picked the pizza. They say the pizza is valued at $19.67. So I order my wings. My wings are $9, I think, and some change. Let's see how much they charge me for those if I go in here to get wings. Actually, wings are $11.89. So I'm over the minimum order. I order $11.89 worth of wings, right? Now, that's supposed to be free. So how did this order go from $11.89 to $27.31? That's what they did. The pizza is free. So I go into the app. Let's go in here and see what the law charged me. Because Uber Eats is not doing this. The law is over everything that I pay. So this is what they did. I took a picture, a screenshot, and let me go back all the way to the beginning. I did not tip. So this is what I have, like 1,000 screenshots from this one order last night. And let me go back to the first one. So, okay, so I have, all right, so here is the breakdown of the order. Okay, let's see if I can get that straight. All right, so they charged $11.89. They charged $19.67. And then they said subtotal is $11.89. So this is how Uber is getting over. Okay? They're announcing to you that if you join Uber One, you can save on all of your delivery fees, right? Right. That's what they're saying. That's the purpose of the membership. So you don't pay delivery fees. You only pay the cost of your items plus tax, right? Right. So I am screen recording. This is me screen recording my thing with Uber Eats. This is what I do because I know I'm being set up. So I screen record to show how I paid, what card I use, blah, blah, blah. So what they did was they took the garlic wings, $11.89, and they give a bonus to say free, right? The reason they're giving you that bonus is because they want your orders to look large. Because remember, they're staging me to be 2XL, a large woman and a man. So the reason that they want you to get a lot of food, so they will give you something free. They're not worried it's poison anyway. So they give the garlic wings and they give a large pizza, 12-inch for $20. And this, now, as they're giving me this order, the other card is actually paying the full price. They're not getting the benefits. But you are getting the benefits because we're going to tie you in with this other house that's getting the actual full order and linking you with what that person is getting by visual evidence of watching you take the order when we take your picture. So $11.89 plus the cost of the pizza, and they said subtotal is $11.89. They added on a small order fee, $4.50, a marketplace fee, $6, a delivery fee, $1.49, and then they took it off, and then they tipped $4.50. Now, that alone shows you, let's go back and pull my video up, of where I am placing this order and I'm not tipping. I don't ever tip them. I'm not tipping them. Okay, so I'm going to, hopefully they did not take that off. Because I posted it last night.
Losing and losing is well, the job of the church, the system that God has set up to extract from heaven to history.
I don't see it. Let me see. Did they take that off? Yes, because I only got one video. And it's not the video of me ordering. Okay, so hold on. Let's see. If I go back, I put it on YouTube. So let me go back and see if they took it off YouTube. I uploaded it. I recorded it. And I uploaded it. So Uber Eats. Okay. Okay. Uber Eats cash. No. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Because I do not see it in my videos this morning either. And I recorded myself and posted it. They don't have any of the videos that I posted last night. None. Okay, let me go back and just look. before I get anxiety. Okay, so the last video I posted, this is not it. That's 524. So that's not it. This one, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. All right. So the video that I posted of 2731, I took a screenshot of me recording the food. Ordering the food. Not a screenshot, a screen recording. And was I on live or was I on... Now, let's go back and see if I was on live and not. I wouldn't think this was a screen recording because I went back to show that I didn't take the tip. I didn't tip them. So I'm going to go back to YouTube and go back to Domino's. Big bucks. Every year's style. Empty. And good stuff. And let's see. Was about clogging up the way. All right. Let's see if this is it. No, this is definitely not because I did it at 3:08 a.m. Let's see. So this one's not it. This one's not it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I recorded my screen and I said I did not tip them. This one was started at 3:08, so this one's not it.
Look, I don't know how the Bar Association is going to play out.
Okay, so they took it off. And that's why it's not in the phone anymore. They took it off. So I had a video and they put this screenshot here. So they took my video off and left the screenshot of this 4 to make it look like I tipped that. That what it does is, let's say if I go through to tip somebody with an order, you have to go through, use the arrow to take it all off. So they took a screenshot of that 4 and put that there, but took all the videos out. And I noticed that they left in here the picture of it showing Uber One with 2199, which is the card that I have. But I paid this with Cash App. So the video, the screen recording, anybody that's logical know I'm either on YouTube Live or I am screen recording. And I screen recorded this last night of Uber Eats. So I cannot believe that. Yes, I can. But I'm going to still see anyway if this is it. Okay, this is it. All right, found it. Okay, so this right here. So I took a screenshot. So this video right here shows. I don't know if you can see this really well. Let me see. I wish I didn't have all this light in this room so I could show it. So this is showing. Let's see. this is showing, if I come over, let's see, go back. Okay. I went right past it. Okay, there it is. Watch. See, I'm taking off the tip. Let me do that again. Let me go back. Go back. All right, there we go. Now, watch it again. I am taking, the tip is at 0. So, the tip is at 0. I'm not tipping them. So, how did I get a receipt to show that right here? To show this breakdown of all these orders and still showing a tip. So this is going to show you, see right there at the bottom. Let's see if I can make that show really good. There it is. Tip at the bottom. Biggest day. $4.50. And then all of these charges. So this is showing you that somebody else is working on the other side of this screen, right? And they even make it all look good by keeping my little face up there in the screen recorder camera. Doesn't matter. The point of the matter is somebody else is operating on the other side. Clearly, you see me take off the tip and the tip is still on. Now, the reason they want me to make these complaints is because you're complaining about an account that you say is not yours. So this is where they make you look crazy when you go before and tell somebody what's happening, because they get to verifying you. Is this Crystal? Is this Crystal using Marie's Cash App card to order Domino's? So that when you go in and say, I'm not doing anything, this is Marie's account, or this is Eric's account, or this is the man next door's account, or this is the barber's account, but this is somebody else's Cash App that you're using to order from Domino's. So they put that charge on there so you can dispute it. This is how they keep you on the hamster wheel. So he's going to overcharge the card. He knows what he's doing. I want to aggravate and I keep you engaged, because with this one transaction, I can make many different receipts. I can make a refund. I can just take your money and aggravate you. That's really what he wants to do. But I can keep you engaged in an account that's not yours. And every time you engage in an account that's not yours, you're going to be engaging with my phone that is attached to that, because that is not Uber Eats messaging you back. That is a federal agent. That is not Uber Eats messaging you back. That is a scout on the other end of this device messaging you back, pretending to be Uber Eats. And every time you message them back, this is why they keep that app open, because they're talking on the phone, doing whatever. And as long as you're doing this, they could be driving, they could be dropping off, they could be doing whatever. So they made the account. They made the total $27.31. We see that. Then I go in and I'm looking at the screen trying to decide if I want to cancel or what, because I'm thinking, if they're going to poison this food, $27, they done tip me, that's not mine. So I'm going in there trying to see if I could cancel it, to see if I can make it right, because I don't want to tip. I'm going in there looking at that screen. The same person that tipped cancels the order. It's nothing I could do. They done canceled the order and charged me $12.84. So now I'm going back in there saying, now what to do? They charged me $12.84. Do I want to just leave it, or do I still want to get some food? So I order the order again, call the store, tell them that it's a mistake, and then try to rectify the situation. Now, at this time, I got an order for $27.31, $9.99 on the free Uber One membership, and I got a charge for $22.81, which is the total less the $4.50 tip. So if we add that up or subtract that, 27.31 minus 22.81 is $4.50. So if we take that and we do and we put that in, now we see that they have charged me. This is what has come out of the Cash App account, out of the balance, which is $27.31. They took out $9.99 and they took out $22.81. So they spent $60.11 out of the account. That took $250 minus $60.11. Well, we'll just say $60. That made me have $190 in the account after Domino's. Now, this morning, what they did was they didn't go back and do what a normal bank would do, which anytime that these charges are disputed or if it's overcharged, what they did was looked at the account and said, okay, what should we have charged, or what are we going to charge her? And they said, we're going to charge $22.81 and we're going to charge $9.99. No, and we're going to charge $22.81 and we're going to charge $12.84. Oh, and is that included? Oh, I just thought about that. That's not included at that time. So the 20, let me add that up. $27.31 plus $9.99 plus $22.81, or $60.11. And so they charged me a $12.84 cancellation fee last night that they hadn't charged yet. All right, so $12.84 and then $22.81. All right. Plus $12.84. Now that equals $35.65 for that. So what they did last night, rather than just let the $27.81 fall off, let the $9.99 fall back into the account, and the $22.81 fall back into the account, and then charge it for the $22.81 and $84. They didn't do that. They don't ever do that, because they don't want they want those charges that they put there to stay, because you're constantly looking at two different accounts. So what they did was say, we're going to charge her $12.84. This is all federal agent. This is not Uber Eats and it's not Domino's. This is a federal agent said we're going to charge her $12.84 for the cancellation fee. We're going to charge her that we canceled because we want your total to get as close to what the other person paid as possible. So we're going to charge you $12.84 and we're going to charge you $22.81 for the food. We're going to charge you $35.65. Now, if you go back and don't believe me, I'm going to show you another total that they showed on Uber last night, because they have all of these different totals are different. Let me see. Here it is. Now, this one here, totally different order. So this is $32.51. So why are we having all these different totals? Because these are different people's accounts and they're having to make your total as close to theirs as possible. so they could justify it if it's in there with a tip. They could play around with that and play around with it just to get it close as possible. So at the end of the night, when they settle these accounts, they can make them as close to the same as possible. So they decided last night, well, we're going to charge her $35.65 for her total. So we can charge her, take that out of the $250 and $35.65. That's going to make her have $214.35. Now, I paid my rent last night, $190, so we just going to refund her $25. How you just going to refund me $25? What is the $25 for? Even if it's for one of the charges of the 27, even if it's for the $9.99, then where is $15 come from? You charged me $27.31, you charged me $9.99, and you charged me $22.81. Yes, if you play it all out and refund it back, it's going to come out to be close to the same, but it's not the same. You owed me, and this is the same way they did at, this I know this is the federal agent, because they did the same thing at Del Taco. I mean, at Velvet Taco when they paid me. They said, oh, we just paid you in tips and wages, but we didn't do it by the hour because it's all the same. No, it's not the same. And this is the same thing. It's not the same, because what they were supposed to do was charge me exactly for what I paid. They were supposed to charge me $22.81 and $12.84 if they're going to make this cancellation fee. That's $35.65. They were supposed to put all of this money back into the account and then pull out what they would have pulled out. Because if not, how can you justify that you refunded me $9.99 and you refunded me $27.31? You can't. They just said it all fell off. It didn't fall off because the money in there is not the same. It's not the same. I don't care how you do it. You can overall, that's not how, you're not supposed to overall balance a person's account. Everything that you do is supposed to be justified so that you can see it. So what they did was the $9.99, they said they voided it. All right. And then the $27.31, let's see what they said about that. And they just put $25 in the account. They just put $25 in the account. That's probably you had sex in your sleep, and that's a sexual charge. Because I dreamed I was hugging somebody last night. I don't know. And I asked Ketchup, did he want to have sex? And they charged me, do me as a prostitute for $25. So they just put $25 in the account. I'm sure that's what happened. I'm almost positive because they still rape me in my sleep. So they got, let's see. I'm trying to get to the actual money that I spent. Okay. It says $22.81. It doesn't even have the 27. I just told you, it doesn't even have the 27.31 on here anymore. So that's exactly, I just said it. They didn't do it to balance it. They didn't do it that way. They just put $25 in the account because that's just what he chose to do. But they didn't balance the account. If that's the case, where's the 27.31 and why doesn't it say voided? Because it would have put more money into the account and they wouldn't have been able to balance it. So they just didn't. They just put $25. But how can you justify just putting $25. The total was $27.31 and $10. $37.31 was supposed to have went back. Actually, what they should have done was this. It should have been $27.31 plus $9.99 plus $22.81. That's $60.11. Exactly what I said. And they should have took out $12.84, and then they should have took off $22.81, and it would have been $24.46 that's left, but that still should have showed in the accounts, and that's why they just rounded it up and did $25. It should have been put back in there and voided just like that, so you can see. And they didn't do that because these are different accounts that they're using. So if they just put the $25 in there, because that $25 that they added, and that's not on here either, that's going to come from a sexual, you bet you watch, and I bet you I'm going to document this so good, I bet you any amount of money they're going to stitch on, either put a man's dick with that or a woman's vagina, and you going to be done had sex last night and got this $25 because the screen time on my YouTube live was way too high. And anytime it's too high, they are using that screen at night for sex or employment, remote employment. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So, like right now, I'm going to take a screenshot. My thing says that I don't have anybody looking at my live. All right? Now, if they say I don't have nobody looking at my live, then what is that saying? They're saying that she in the room talking to herself, because you're not on live. They done took this off. So while this camera is on, they are either doing OnlyFans and got girls playing with their pussies, niggas jacking off, or doing some type of sex site online, or they got remote employment, or the guy with the phone number 615-484-6630 is working on Lyft, or they got the number, because I got a new one last night, 760-241-6683. That one is working with this camera, because this camera, this laptop is the phone. So all they did was blend this. This way, anywhere you looking is going to give us the visual. So that is what happened last night. So I paid $35.65, and they sent me a box of poison, and they feel happy about it, and so do I, and that's why I'm still talking. So I got texts this morning, 3 different texts. So something happened from 6 a.m. all the way to 8 a.m. I was asleep, and I know that because I got too many incoming texts and I was on screen record. Now, normally when I am recording my screen, the law will not text me because I am recording, and these are supposed to be my phones. So everybody that texts me, that's supposed to be my phone. So if my sister texts me from, and she's in my phone as FBI device number 2. If she texts me from her number ending in 7798, then when she texts me, that's your phone that we're using in Georgia. So if another person texts me ending in 1234 in Tennessee, that's your number we're using in Tennessee. They have a phone in every state, even out of the country. And these people text you, or they form links through emails. If it's really somebody they don't want you to know, or don't want you to know that number, then they're going to email it. So you'll get these random emails that are still federal agents that are just coming from the jurisdictions where they are set up and working to link your device. So what they'll do is you'll just get a random email like I did yesterday. The service at PayPal, you got a refund. That's them. Connecting me with a PayPal account. not paying them any attention. Nick Corrales, that's the federal agent. Edwin Minjavar, that's the federal agent. These are different federal, Carlos Hernandez, these are federal agents that connect you to their devices, and wherever that person is, that's where your swap is being done. And notice they're all men because they're swapping balls. So they're making me a man. So what the process is the accounts and the information and all of the data has to match. So what they did was, when I got up this morning, I had all of these incoming texts. So if you got incoming texts at that time where all of the agents said, send a text, because no one ever sends a text or an email without the master's consent. You cannot do that because you don't know what network is being used and what device is being set up and what Cash App account is in play. Like if I was to text my sister right now and say, can I have $25? The master is going to message her and say yes or no, or tell her when. Or he's even going to hold up the message in the cloud and send it through when it's convenient for him. Nothing comes through on this phone without the master's consent. This is a delicate operation. So if this phone number right now is changed to, if he put on this number, because agents send out the number when they call in the phone, they're letting each other know which number is being in use. So last night I got the call from, on a blended network, I got 760-241-6683. So they're letting each other know this is the number to use today. This is where we got it forwarded to. So when they see it, they know. So you take that number, and that's a number that's in use. Whatever area code that is, let's say 760. What area code is that? That is in California, Imperial, Inyo, Mono counties, and parts of San Diego, Riverside, San Bernardino. So if you got that call yesterday, then the emails from Edwin and Carlos, federal agents, or day before, then you know this is still drugs. So you're just looking for the drug connections. It's not going to be too much more than that anyway, because Black people are only set up in certain things. It's sexual abuse or pedophile behavior or drugs, or it's not any crimes that'll make you really look smart. It's only gonna be fraud, like Rex, or setting any type of insurance scams, something black. It ain't gonna be nothing to make you really look like you smart in court. Nothing like that. That's why they got a bunch of prepaid cards going on. Retarded. So, long story short, I got an incoming text this morning. Now, the calls are forwarded. So, let's just see. Because I got an incoming text that says, your phone is not working. I sent a text. It doesn't show a number. When I call your number, I'm not going to engage in that. I know that's not true. A federal agent sent that. They like to aggravate. They want you to say, why is my phone? I'm not going to get worked up about it. I'm going to go look over here at Cricket. I know my phone is on. My phone is working. I paid my $25 bill. They change phones all month. They have over 30 phones out here on networks set up. So they want you to look like you keep getting phones and changing identities and committing crimes and renting cars and making IDs and doing all this stuff. They're retarded. So the phone is on. Okay, now let me just show. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. This is Cricket saying the phone is on. And it's 21 days to my next bill due. And my phone number is due. So let's call my phone number to see if it actually works so that we could prove what she said is a lie. So let's call 909-300-282 and then shouldn't have to do that. All right. So now that is where you are with the with the um with the phone. So I'm not gonna pay attention to the text. So the next thing is it's on my screen that I called from the app. 470-804-8881. And I didn't get I didn't have any issues. So my phone works and my phone is ringing and my phone is on and I don't have another number. But I know the plot, so I don't pay any attention to it. When you see an incoming, anything incoming is false. Anything. I don't care what it is. As soon as you pick up a phone, an agent is going to see because they're watching. This is what they do all day long. A bunch of white men in a room or wherever they are. And whenever you engage with that phone, they get an alert. And sometimes it's artificial intelligence. They really don't need it. When it's email and all that. That's AI. So you engage with the phone, and as soon as you engage with that phone, that's why as soon as you look at that dot, they go to texting and calling. That's not a coincidence. They are working. They are swapping at that time. As soon as you look at that dot, an FBI is going to message or call that phone. The only reason in the world they are not doing it right now is because, number one, they're behind the screen on this laptop, probably jacking their balls on some type of site and doing that, or got somebody playing with their balls. But other than that, they're doing something right now. They are never, ever not working and not swapping. Ever, ever, ever. They swap 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even more on holidays. So they are swapping right now. This laptop right now is on some man's balls in Mexico, in Colorado, or somewhere probably got drugs and guns. Everybody carries the same black Glock that the law carry. Everybody carries that. Everybody look like the drug dealers and fit into the same scope. So it's no telling what this camera lens is being made to look like. So I don't pay them any attention. They don't have good sense. So the manipulation is always in progress. So just because I'm on live they say I'm not on live. This is why if you go back through my Facebook and look through my memories, you never see me recording myself at night. They took all of those off. There are no memories of me. Look, last night. So this last year, November 20th. They skipped over 22, November 20th, 2022, and they don't have any visuals of me in the hotel on November 20th, 2023. And I was recording I record myself sleep every night for the last 6 or so, at least since 2020, every night. They take those off. So I know that when I'm on live at night, you're ball swapping, or they are setting me up to be doing some type of employment or work online. Now, let me briefly talk about yesterday, and I'm not going to talk about this too long because I don't like my face in the screen because they be making employment. And whatever employment they make, the agents get to keep. It's Christmas time. I don't want to be taking care of ugly kids and these ugly kids that they be setting up around me out here in the public, because they do that. Whatever they make, the feds let them keep. So if they take my face and make $2,500 today, that get going in their pocket. So what they did was, yesterday I took the Uber. I took Lyft first to Popeyes to get me something to eat. They swapped that Lyft with the man from the night before, the same day before yesterday, Monday. He took me in a white Camry. They sent the same white Camry. We know the Camry is in play. The Camry has already been attached to an insurance wreck, and they got $25,000 out of that. The law paid. So they got $25,000 out of the Camry. So that's why they keep sending that Camry around. It's attached to a wreck. So, and I think they paid that wreck out. I know my niece got Navy Federal Credit Union. So if that's the bank that she got, that's the bank that the FBI paid out that $25,000 wreck claim. And like I said, these agents get to keep the money that they make. So if they go out here and they wreck today, God forbid, they're not going to get hurt because they know how to hit and what to do. So they may put their collars on and say, okay, let's wreck. They go out and wreck. They are agents, so they play all sides of the game. So they'll be the insurance agent. They know how to be the doctor. They know what to write. They know what to make. They know how to do everything. And at the end of the day, they got $50,000 in their hand. And they still working. But they done wrecked and made a wreck and made all the variables perfect. Because these are federal agents that have access to any system, any network around the entire world. So the insurance agent may think that she's really working with a normal person. That is a federal agent. And he's probably hacked into your computer and made you see stuff that's really not there, that he's made. So he probably made bills to look like he'd been going to the doctor, done backdated the wreck, done did all of this stuff, and then they pay out $55,000, $75,000, $150,000, and they get to keep whatever they make tax-free. So this Camry has already been in a wreck. They already wrecked that years ago. So this is why they keep picking me up in that. But he had a paper tag that was on a old Toyota Corolla on Monday night when they picked me up from Dollar Tree. Only feds pick me up. I don't get picked up by anybody regular at all. Only feds. So and that's why their names are all weird and never really the same. I mean, weird. Now this one, if you do have a regular name, that's because that's the name being swapped. So yesterday they were busy over in Old National Side. Old National Side is very busy because number one, it's a black town, and number two, the scouts are, like I said, anywhere where it's a lot of black people, it's going to be more, because we, by nature and our culture, is we are, just we like to showboat. And so in this kind of scenario, it's high and aggravated. So I go over to um Old National to get me something to eat, and they got the number one, I said, I'm thinking. So all I have to do is think about what I want to do, and they're going to put a scout out there to do it. And that's actually good, because that's a way for me to always see them. So let's say if I wanted to go to Popeyes again today, and let's say I said, I'm going to wear me a hoodie, and I'm going to wear my pink Nikes that they gave me at Goodwill. They're going to be in there. They're going to have on the hoodie, and they're going to have on those Nikes. And let's say I wanted to do a act. Let's say I said I wanted to go shopping, and I wanted to buy me a portable grill. They're going to be in there at Popeyes with that portable grill. And that's an easy way for me to determine where they are and what they're doing. So I said yesterday I wanted to go to Popeyes, and I was thinking about sitting there doing my homework, just to relax, to get out of the environment, and to be by myself and have some peace. What they did was went in Walmart, and they went in Popeyes. They redid certain parts of last week when I went to Goodwill and I went to Walmart. They had the lady in Walmart. They now are wearing this beige beanie on their heads like I wore last year. That they took my hat from Easter's house. They're wearing the beige little hat. They had the lady in there with the plaid shirt on. They love plaid and flannel because that looks like Mexicans and California, and they want to link me as much with that Latino culture as they possibly can get, because they said they're going to deport me to Mexico and put me in a Mexico prison, because in Mexico's prison, if you don't have no family, then you don't eat, which I don't care. And the reason they don't want me to have no family is because they said they're going to kill them off all anyway. Wouldn't care about that either. Everybody's life is in the hands of the Lord, so I don't care. But speaking of killing everybody off, it really makes me think about my children, because I'd be saying, if they're not letting me talk to my kids and have staged me with a whole daughter that Ketchup got, and made me have whole other kids, then that really is saying to me that where is my kids? Because now it's making more sense of why they killed my mama. Because if they didn't kill my mama, then my mama would be alive to say who I am and have blood and all that stuff. And I'm wondering, the more I look at their movies, I'm wondering if they showed us a funeral and cremated her. Because I said, if they changing my whole DNA and making me a man, then they could just exhume mommy, not if they cremated her. See, I'm thinking these are federal evil white racist agents that do this for a living. And I'm thinking, if they done went this far, it ain't no mommy. They probably, because Gwanda and Sheila, I hate to keep bringing them in on this, because I don't want it to seem like I got no animosity or nothing in my heart against them. But they was in on the operation all the way back then. They the reason they did it. Mommy prophesied her own death and said that they were going to do it because the insurance money was that much. Mommy never said how much it was, but she told me that it's enough that she knew that something was going to happen, and she did not want Sheila to have that policy on her. She was mad about it, really mad. She said that she only signed it because Sheila told her that she would have access to it. And once she signed it and called the insurance company, which was the feds, then they told mommy, you don't have no access to it. You just signed on for her to get it. And mommy felt tricked and she was mad. So mommy said, I don't want her to have policy. And they told mommy then, you can't take it off because you're not the beneficiary. You're not the holder. So you can't change it. And mommy felt tricked. She was mad. That's why her and Sheila didn't talk anymore. She was mad. Mommy only signed it because mommy liked money. And mommy only signed it because mommy said that it would be a way for her to borrow from the policy. That Sheila tricked mommy and said you could get it and you could borrow money from it. So mommy signed it for her and daddy. And they did it. They knew all along they was going to kill mommy off because the feds was already in my life back then. So that once I proved that they was in my life back then mommy's murder gonna make sense. And once mommy murder makes sense, then it's gonna make sense about everything else. And so that's when I got to looking at that yesterday. Well, if they making me a man and saying I had a sex change in prison, that's why that prison photo going in looked like one thing and coming out. They did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. That's why they stole my prison ID card in California. They did that on purpose. So it looked like you a man and you came out looking like this. And they put that same boy with the hair over there on Flint River Road. That's exactly what they did. And they made this picture right here. That is not my prison photo. Them people made that junk. And sat there and I'm looking at them and saying, these people are retarded. Yeah, so they did that. So what they did, so I'm looking at that and saying, if they did all of that, my DNA is in my mama. So what would they do to make that not possible? They would have allowed us to see a body, made us think that she was there, but really she cremated. Who would know? Nobody would know. Sheila and Gwanda definitely ain't gonna tell it, and the FBI ain't gonna tell it. So who would know if it's a body under the ground? Nobody would know. Nobody but God. Because I got to looking at their movies, they only say what they did or what they intend to do. They're very deliberate. They don't just talk to be frivolous. I mean, to be just vain. They don't just talk in idle. They talk with intent. So if they said they are making me a man, if they're making all these balls, if they're playing me against Ketchup and Ketchup against me, then where is mommy? Then they're, and this is the law. So they not going to pull her up. You gotta be like white for them to exhume bodies to do testing. You gotta be white. They're not gonna do that for nobody black that's already in a takedown operation. Because they going head bent on this Mexican plot and making me a lady named Marie and Mexican and all this up. They hell bent on that. So why he got to have done something so strong that evidence got to be so strong that in a court you gonna look exactly like he said. And the only thing he could have done to do that is when he cloned me as a male Mexican. And that meant that he moved mommy out of the way. Because every time I say, why don't they just exhume mommy to see who I am? They get quiet. They don't say nothing. They get quiet. No, I don't hear I don't even hear a bird chirping. Feds get quiet. Just like they get quiet when I said in California, the agents told me they already done put you in prison. I got that background check from FedEx when I applied for the job. And I seen Bureau of Prison. Why is the Bureau of Prisons giving a report on me? I ain't never been to no prison. Quiet. Birds. Feds all day long in California. Quiet. Them people, I never had a trial or nothing. And that's when them white people was saying, how much do you want? Because they seen it all. They seen it all. I uncovered it back then. It said, them people had them. It was in February or March of 2022, right before they took the truck. And I said, them people staged me in prison and I haven't been to prison. And these people is retarded. And all them white agents up there then said, you are going to be stupid paid. You are paid because you are exactly right. I never had a trial or nothing. Yep. I never did anything. Yep. That's exactly what they did. Made up a whole prison record and made it up and made the people put that boy right over there on Flint River Road with that same hairstyle that I got right here. They put that boy right over there on Flint River Road last year. And put the girl that looked like Brandy Reed, like you got out of federal prison. And that's why when I made that federal complaint, they allowed the application waiver to go through because they took that and they took parts of what happened with Sharon to look like you got sentenced to X amount of time and you got out on a habeas corpus because that's what they said they were going to do. They are retarded. I'm telling you, they ain't got good sense with how far, like they are just willing to go so far out with this nonsense that I don't even think they know where to stop. And killing me off ain't the answer either. Because now what they done did, even with that, is they done went too far with the setup, with setting me up in all these different bureaus all over. They done let me get too popular. So everybody know. So now we can't even do that because everybody know. It won't be like we could just do it like we done did other black people and kill off and say it was drugs or say it was this, that, and that. We done let too many people know. And the bad thing about that is everybody ain't down with it because you still got people that are saying, but we do this normally when the person wrong, normally when the person is really a bad person. But we doing this to a person that don't really want to do nothing but serve God and help homeless people and really make changes in the world from stuff that we know is already messed up. See, that's where I'm alive. Because they sit back, the white man sit back and say, I normally do this to people that really do molest kids, that really do kill people, that really have got away with a real bad crime that I didn't catch them for and I caught it late, too late to prosecute on. So I just prosecute in my own way. They really have that. But in this case, this is a person that is really not nothing that we said. She's not a criminal. She's not doing none of the stuff. She's not making IDs. She's not making money. She's not trafficking kids. She's not doing nothing in these Uber rides. She's not transporting kids nowhere. She don't have a daughter. She's not a man. She don't have balls. She don't look at porn. She's not working online. She's not a prostitute. She don't do drugs. So in that regards, his mindset is, I want her to be alive, but she keep telling on all the stuff that I did. And that's where we got a conflict. That's where the anger comes in. Because all of the stuff that they did, they figuring, how did she know? That's how they came up with the plot. She talked to dead people. Her mama told her. They came up with, in California, a lot of you not. When I kept hearing them keep saying, we gonna do you like we did your mama, They said, my mama told me. They told me when they said that. They said it. They told me. I kept looking at, well, if you keep saying you gonna shut my kidneys down, if you keep saying you gonna make me blind, if you keep saying, then that's what you did. Because everything that they said, mommy left here quick. And that's because she couldn't believe everything that was happening. And she was under Gwanda. And Gwanda is a serious informant for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. I don't care how mad they get. That junk is true. That girl is true. That girl told me, I know. She told me in 2020 in May at her house, we had an argument. Me and Ketchup had an argument because Ketchup went and met a federal agent at the trash can because they told him that furniture was down there. And I got mad. And so I didn't want him going down there because I didn't want him meeting them. And me and Gwanda got into it. And so I was telling Gwanda all the stuff that was happening. And Gwanda had the Fed on the phone. And Gwanda told me that day that the Fed said, and that Curtis said, and he ain't following you no more. And so they confessed to it then. So Gwanda is them. And I just think that I'm not mad about it. I don't think they have a reason to be mad about it. Like, they got her not talking to me. I don't see why you're not talking to me. You the one did it. I'm not mad about it. I don't care. I know that I'm going to get money out of everything that they did. So in one way, you help me. Because everything that they did fell apart. They got nothing. They got garbage. They planning to want to kill me off because they messed up so bad on their garbage. So I don't care what you did. They got to forever live with that on their conscience. I am free. My conscience is clear because I didn't do anything of what they said. So God is with me and God protects me. I don't have nothing to say or no feelings about what they did. That's between them and God. So, but either way, like I said, this is, just a mess. And the only way that it's not going to be a mess is if they tell the truth. And they don't want to tell the truth. They don't want to tell the truth about what they did. This is the worst slave operation they have ever done. And God didn't like slavery back then. And he delivered the children of Israel. And he don't like it today. And they got caught. Period. So what did they lost? So what did they got the power to do it? So what did they got the jurisdiction to do it? You ain't supposed to do it. You're not supposed to captivate a person because you want them to go to jail because of what you missed that they did. They should have came and got them IDs in 2004 when I went to jail, but they didn't. They let that lady Doris go and get with Trav and continue to be mean. When all I was doing was renting TVs and selling them. That's it. That's all I was doing. And writing checks that people gave me to write. That's it. That's it. And so they didn't come at that time. That's their fault. That's their fault. If they want to come and get me from anything from 2004, go ahead. You're going to look retarded. But go ahead. I don't care. I will tell the truth because I have nothing to hide. They the ones have stuff to hide. They the ones made all those records. They the ones changed all my information. And they're the ones that did something to my family because they would not keep saying I'm a Mexican if I got children with my DNA and my bloodline. So I don't know what they have done, but I don't care. And I'm not worried about it. All I know is everything they did is going to fall completely apart. and everything is connected on top of something else. And I got all the dirt on them in whatever area they want to go in, all the way back down till they keep playing. And I'm going to talk more about DJJ because there is a lot more that I could say about DJJ and a lot more that I could say about that judge that sentenced Corey that wasn't a judge. And they keep playing, and I will say a whole lot more than what I already done said because they know they're trapped at that. And they didn't say nothing about that because those are black kids. And they want me to stay quiet because those are black kids so that the operations that they still got going on at DJJ won't come under investigation because them black kids over there, them some little white kids up in there, they will have every agency open and investigations open around the world, making sure them white kids are safe. But them is a bunch of niggers, and like they told me in Augusta, whatever go on in there, it come with the territory. They don't protect them because them niggas in there. Now, I said it. Send the hearses out there. I don't care. The more you threaten to kill me, I already told you, that means keep talking. Because you're not going to say you're going to kill me and want me to be quiet too. That's not going to work. Then I might as well keep telling and tell everything. So, I keep wondering that. Like I keep thinking about Corey. If they have given me a daughter, they gave me this dollhouse. And I know they wanted me to buy the dollhouse because the dude at Amazon put it there and set it up. So at first I said, did they put it there to make me Miss Harriet? So it could look like I'm selling dollhouses. I'm making money from this. So they can link Hobby Lobby? No. They done gave you an actual daughter. And when you leave and go out, they probably bringing that little ugly girl in this room to play. Or they doing something. Or in Flint River Road, that same house, they had that same boy with them dreads looking. And they said that boy said his sister died. And then I got to looking at the movie that they made me look at. Not made me, but I looked at the other night called Angels in the Snow. I fell asleep on it. And that was their movie. And they said the little girl died. So whatever they done did, they staged me with a daughter that done died. So they not worried about her having to testify or no evidence or nothing because they done killed her. They done made the profile and killed it off at the same time. And they done did that. I know they did that. And so they done made too many movies about it. And whatever that little boy said on Flint River Road, that is the truth. And when I said I was going to call the defects on that was a federal agent's son, or it was a clone boy that they put in that room to play the game all night that was linked to me. And they told me, if you call 911, you won't get up in the morning. And so I left it alone because I knew they were serious. When they said that, it was only because that was somebody's kid, and I would have made the whole thing fall apart. So they would have been screwed. So they got mad at that because they would have made that. They would have really been like, "What in the world is this?" Because I told Joe, I'm gonna call the defects and tell that they got a kid hid in that room in there pretending to be mine. No, because they even said it themselves. They said, you ain't figured out who child it is yet because they were staging it as mine. Good. I'm finna call the law on y'all. And they told me, and if you do, you won't wake up in the morning. And so I left it alone. But that's what it is. They put that little boy, and the little boy said he came from Florida and that his sister died. So every movie, they only let movies play on here that they don't overlay. I don't get real movie suggestions. They upload new movies to Tubi every day with more scams. And the closer it is to the left, that's the more overlaid it is with dumb stuff. And so every movie is overlaid with somebody dying, somebody being a caregiver, somebody dying, somebody being a caregiver, somebody done lost their parents, somebody talking to dead. That's it. Somebody in a corporate world, somebody making business calls and stuff, and then mama died, and then somebody inheriting something, and then somebody's child died, and then at the end of every movie, they always talking to a dead person. Good night. I'm tired of them with that. They retarded. That's it. Because I don't talk to anybody. I stay in this room all day. So they don't have no conversations to make, because they don't say she not going to talk to anybody but the Lyft and Uber drivers. So if we can't get to her in a conversation, we got to make the conversation through TV. So TV makes the conversation all day. So the next thing that they did was, yesterday I went to Popeyes. I went to Popeyes when I worked in Popeyes January the 5th, 2024 to January the 23rd, 2024. I worked there for 18 days, and it was 18 days of horror. They turned the girls' bathroom into the boys'. I was going into the women's bathroom. They made the ladies go to the boys' bathroom. They had that lady up there pretending to be me, a 2XL with them big old boobs that came all the way down here. They had her dirty every day. They gave her all that facial hair to put under here. They swapped me with that boy named Fred. He was skinny and had dreads. They swapped the profile and made it a total opposite to make me look confused in what I say at Popeyes over there at Popeyes Chicken. They put a big man up there, had his stomach hanging all the way over there. They used the big stomach because they say you sick. So they make the stomach big and they make it hard. So anybody that's swapping me, they give them a big old, either big fake stomach to wear, or they got a big stomach. And they make them make stomach, and the FBI wanted to look real hard so you can look sick and fat, and that you eat all that grease, so that when they kill you off in what they doing in their Domino's pizza, you gonna look like you was already like that. That's why they keep sending these people around with these big old stomachs and these balls, and they want that man to lay up here next to me. Devil is a lie. You finna get out of here. So, they put that man and put a name Fred. Nobody, I don't care where you go, nobody in Atlanta, Georgia wear name tags around me. The feds tell them to take them off. They said it's not the law that you have to reveal your name. So anybody that got on a name tag, it's because the feds done swapped that. That's a swap. Because nobody, nowhere, I can go to Walmart down here, ain't nobody down there got no name tag on. Nobody. Only the people that's in the swap. Nobody else have on name tags. Nobody. Not at a bank, not a manager, not loss prevention, not the police. Nobody. You just walk around, everything is stripped. Nothing is on there. Only people wear tags is people that's in the swap. So when you see that name, you gonna think, and that name goes somewhere else. So when you go in Walmart and that black lady that's fat, that work on around number 22, and she kind of not too short, she heavy set, dark skin, and got that name tag on, Jean or something begin with a J, and she dark skinned and pimp around there like a man. That lady, they put that same lady last week at Walmart and Old National Highway, and she was on that roller scooter. Ma'am, you work at Walmart on Highway 85. They put her over there because they blended them two stores, and had that lady over there in that cart. And when she spoke to me, I rolled my eyes at her. So, long story short, when you look at her and read that name tag go to a Walmart in Kansas. Because they set up in Kansas too. So you going to say, it's in Kansas. And you'll look and say, I was in that. No, you wasn't. You was in Kansas. Because we did it. Everything that they give you that is supplied to you is to make you look confused. That's why the person that's here now has the same name from the person that was here in April of 2023. 2024. Which means that Clayton County Sheriff's Department didn't do a report for April 23, 2024. And I was just going to take a trip down there to just see today if Clayton County actually did a police report on April 23rd, 2024, when I got into it with that boy at that room. They didn't do one. They didn't do one. Because if they did do one, then it wouldn't be the same profile here now. So they didn't do one. And Clayton County is all things crooked. I didn't nickname them Crooked County. Them people, them police, I ain't never seen nothing like it. I don't think they even know they police anymore. They don't. They don't. Them people just get them jobs for authority to do crime. They don't. People ain't caring about no civilians protecting and serving. People don't know nothing about that. They get them jobs for the authority that come with them so that they can do the crimes without getting caught, to have access. That's all they get them jobs for. The police get them jobs for is so that they could be better criminals than the criminals that's out here. They can do it and get away with it. They can hack into accounts and get people information and go slide. Do you know if a person sifted 10 cents out of an account every day from 100 people, how much money he will have at the end of the year? I watched them people shave off pennies out of my account every day. It never adds up. It never balances, ever. I could look at they took $5 out my account the other day. And I bet you when I look in that day, they ain't put it back. They cipher money out of your account every day. Do you know if they cipher pennies out of your account every day, how much money you will have at the end of a year? If they did that to everybody, these people have access. Undenied access. And they can go online and go anywhere they want to go. And nobody can see it. That's why they get mad at me when I say I want to fix the cyber world and regulate it because God told me to. They get mad and threaten my life because they operation will be shut down. They can't do it no more. They don't want to really not want to fix cybercrime because they don't want to fix cybercrime because they're the cyber criminals. That's why. Because the criminals is the law. That's why they don't want to fix it. Because it will stop them. They ain't worrying about stopping no little local people. They don't want to stop themselves. Because even if we fix cybersecurity, even law enforcement will have an imprint on everywhere they go. And they don't want that. They don't want that. Because they can go in banks and make cards. They could go in there. They could do all that and never get caught. So that's why they don't want to fix it. That's why they don't want 6-factor. Because they won't be able to shop anymore. They won't be able to do what they're doing right now with me. Give people access and cards to accounts on 16-digit genie numbers and let them shop all over the world and link. That's why. That's why they don't want to do it. Because they will get caught. Period. And I don't care. God fixed it. God came up with it. So take it up with God and tell me how that worked out. I have a defender. So I don't care. They did wrong. Just like they put that man over there. Money to make a man go stand over there and the lady move out the way. I done said the whole day, all day long, she's standing there taking everybody else's order. When I come up there, they put that little man there standing in front of me with that big old stomach and the dreads to make me mad. You didn't make me mad. God see you, sir. That is not that same man that I work with, and I didn't work at that location. Now, the reason they got me working at that location is because the bulldagger work in the back over the chicken, the gay girl with the green shirt on. That's the one that they put to be me. So it was a multiple swap operation. And that one with that eye that go up like that. That one, that's the one that's swapping with the Uber rides. They have multiple people in one location. So that when you go and say, I worked over here. No, you didn't. You worked over here. While you was over here, we working over here. That's what the whole thing is about. Everything is a swap. You at 1517 Bethesda in Riverdale. They in New York or they in Alabama or they in South Carolina. They wherever they done made another Bethsaida Road. And then the way they gonna link that is if you in Bethsaida Road in Riverdale and they in Bethsaida in New York, they gonna send whoever is living in New York, his mail is gonna come here. And your mail gonna be going there. And y'all gonna have the same mail because the UPS post office gonna put whatever mail that they got looking like that, that's the mail that you finna get in your box. And we gonna make y'all look just alike. And they just do this all day long. But it's the same garbage. And everybody that move around you, these are people that are not there. That's why they say you talk to dead people. Because they gonna act like you live in the whole house by yourself. I'm over it. They're retarded. They don't have good sense. And they do this all day long. That's why they don't want the end to cybercrime, because the law is the biggest criminals. They're the criminals at work with federal badges. I look at how you can have access to do so much good and don't. They got access to really change the world and they don't. They think that I don't know. I wouldn't want to run for the president. I would want to be a federal agent. They got way more power from what I've seen. Government president got to get stuff signed. Feds just do it. They just do whatever they want to do. They go out here and make my total what they want it to be. They make my total what they want it to be at Walmart. They make taxes what they want it to be. They add on fees where they want it to be. They make apps. They give jobs. They make all of it. Who wants to be the president? Be a Fed. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. And wherever you want to do it. Like, who wants to be a president? Be a Fed. And you don't have to get laws changed. You could just do whatever you want to do. They could just go online and say, we're going to make all pizza 99 cents today. And everybody will just run the Domino's for 99-cent pizza. Because they can. They do it to me all day long. That's how I know that I took what they did to me and say, well, if they were in, let's say they traveled to Mexico to get drugs over the weekend, and they said Crystal's going to travel to bring back 50 pounds of marijuana this weekend in a van, in a cargo van, in a Winnebago, RV. So if Crystal's going to do that, and we're gonna play the movie, put We're the Millers on, and then we could pull some scenes from that, and then put the actual house of Agent Herrero, put his actual house on photos, Google Photos, and have that as a still image for her looking at, and then put that on the phone and put his actual car as the Lyft driver, and then call her from that number on the Lyft driver's phone. And then when she's gone, go in there and put those clothes that he had on her bed and send her $5,000 to Cash App, but don't give her access to it, and then just flash it. See, this is how you make a scene. This is how they make real work. This is what they do. And this is how, when you go get in court, then people gonna say, you done lost your mind. Especially because they done changed my age. They say I think now they got me up in 60. In California, they had got me up to 80. So I know we're backtracking years down here. Because down here, I think they got me around 60-something. The lady last week at Goodwill said she was 65. So I think they got me at 65 now. So which is why on TV they said they gave me 15 more years. So they said in California they was killing me off at 80. So I don't know. So we have to wait and see. The white man is thinks he's fully in control, honey. And so anyway, so they had the lady in the House of Horrors, 4436 Bronson Street, that was duplicated. They had her being 80. So, and then Ketchup said the lady that owned the house around the corner, that is also me, at 5490 Park Place, they said that she was 80. And both of those 80-year-old women, they said they don't know where they went. So, what they did, they say the lady in Goodwill said she's 65. So whatever they said, whatever she said is what I am. So they made me 65. I'm 47. So the reason they changed the age is because if we change the age and pump her with gas and we make her confused or we play with different scenes so that she can't remember, it'll look like she's going through Alzheimer's. And that's what we want. If we could do that, then we can score on our tax evasion cases, which is why they keep doing it. Now, at the same time, they say if you keep talking, we just don't kill you off. So it depends. But if they feel like they really, really have lost out and they can't win it, then they say you're dead. And then when they say that we can win it still, then they say you're going to have Alzheimer's to make us win. So they have all variables in their hand to play illegally because they don't have no sense anyway. They don't know that they're the law anymore. They have done this so much to so many slaves that they are desensitized and they don't recognize that they're the law. They get up and put those badges on, but those badges don't mean what they think they don't mean anymore. The badges that says only says to them that we can and we will. It doesn't mean anything else. It gives them the authority to hunt. They don't look at it as anything else. They're not solving crime. They're not solving murders. They're not making the world a better place. These people are hunting. They're shopping. They're building themselves wealth. They're the biggest criminals on this side of the United States of America, right here in Atlanta in full operation. Slavery. So that is what we have going on. So, and no, I don't feel no kind of way of saying that because I have a right to say whatever I want to say, and I have a right to say what I want to say, especially if it happened to me. And look at what happened to me. And because I'm black, nobody don't comment because I'm black. And so black people just go through this. But if you were white, we would actually create a way to help you and to fix the situation. But because you're black, it is what it is. You just get what you get. And everybody see it, but they can't say nothing. Even the mayor can't say nothing. If he does, he will have a scandal by 5:00 p.m. this afternoon. Touch that case if you want to. And we will take your whole family down by 5:00. They'll say, oh, the mayor was cheating on his wife. Child, they say he was forging reports and that he took money from his campaign and bought strippers. Child, they got the strippers on the news and everything by 5:00. So that's why I don't say nothing to him. That's why I don't bring him up. That's why I don't say nothing about the DA. That's why I don't say nothing about the solicitors, because they got all these black people in positions to give the illusion that it's free. It's an illusion. Them black people don't have no power. Nada. Zero. Don't touch it. You can't touch it. You can't even say nothing about it. You better act like you don't see it. You think that man ain't done heard about Crystal Ketchup and that girl that's online talking about what them agents did to her in your city? And that man ain't said nothing because you can't. Say it if you want to. Touch it if you want to. Even comment if you want to. And you will be in the biggest scandal of your life by 5 o'clock p.m. Then people would say, what the heck? The child, they said that he took all that his campaign fund and bought strippers, child. They took the strippers. They got them they down there doing a search at Magic City now, child. They said he had all them strippers in there. Yeah, child, it's a big old thing. It's gonna be on that. And he said he was on the news crying, child. That man said he ain't did nothing wrong. Yeah, that's how it happened. Interfere with something you ain't got no business if you want to. This is an operation. White people only. 1% club. White people making the decisions. Black people carry out the orders. Stevens. That's it. You don't get a chance. You don't get to comment. You don't get to say anything. Well, I want her free. You don't have a choice. You don't, not in this. You just do what we say and act like you don't see it. And that's how it keeps going the way that it is, because nobody will make a call. And the FBI is taking a nap because they don't really work for black people. This is a nigger. And all of this money and all these white people that we would have to lock up and go against over a nigger, they not gonna do it either. I said that before. That man ain't finna give up his seat to the his tea time and his prestigious membership at the golf club over no nigger. Them people, at the end of the day, them people say, you defending a nigger? That is why that man won't do nothing. You defending a nigger? If I was white, it would have been on the news. Carol is seeking damages. Everybody's CNN out there taking pictures. She was abused by Agent Rafataro, and we are seeking damages. Yeah, she have an attorney and everything, but you're a nigger, and you got way too much information. So that white man is busy. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He's not going to get involved. If anything, he's casing up as many black people as he possibly can. Hence, he moved the operation over here to Riverdale. If it was still over there in Roswell and it was still over there in Marietta, no, he let me stay in Marietta 1 week at Mary House. 1 week. That was a master set. 1 week. One. The sheriff knew about it. Everybody, I want her in my town 1 week. I don't want her over here tearing up my town. I don't want her casing up all my agents. And I want her to stay in one place, and I want to keep her quiet. One place in the house. So you can't see nothing, can't know nothing, and keep her asleep as much as possible. 1 week. White people. Come over here in Riverdale, keep that coon awake, keep her moving around, keep the cars going, keep the houses going, put some kids around, because you over here with all black people. All black people. So he got room to play. He don't care about nothing over here. Nothing. Nothing. It's all disposable. Nothing. When he's done, he's going to shake his hands, call it a day, and go on by his life and move to the next ball swap. This is nothing. This is all blacks. He don't care about nothing over here. Nothing. Nothing. We're all shit to him. Go over there to Roswell or Marietta, them white people gonna get to calling. We don't want that coon over here. We don't want her telling all our business. We don't want her feeling her shit and bringing her witchcraft and her voodoo and whatever else. We don't want her God.